morning. My name is Mambwe. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm at home with my family. I hope they don't disturb us during this program. Hi Brentwood family, I miss you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share this meal with you. Well, me and the cameraman are going to eat it, but we'll show you how to do it. Curry tofu scramble with avocado. It's a high protein meal and also a little high on the fat side. I like to have it towards the end of the week when we're getting our burnouts. You know, we start the week on a high. On Mondays, Sundays, we're rested. But when we start reaching like Thursday, Friday, we're like getting a little bit exhausted and we just need that extra energy to keep us going. So this is my go-to meal when I'm starting to burn out. It's a curry tofu scramble with avocado. We have here the tofu, which I have to perform a little technique, some little magic. The reason why it's in a towel like this is because first you have to drain out the water. You know, usually tofu we buy it when it's in water. We buy it and store it in water. So we have to drain that water out in order for it to absorb the flavor as well. So you just get a clean kitchen towel like this. You cut up your tofus in strips of about 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters. You place them, wrap them up and place something heavy over them. It could be 2-3 heavy books, a chopping board, something heavy that you can find that is flat so it absorbs all the water. So there we go. That's our tofu. That's our towel. We will hang it over here. Okay, let's test this out. Usually it's a good idea to cook your meals on medium to low when you're making a normal meal. When you're doing something like you're sauteing, you can put your heat on the higher side, but this is a normal meal, so we put it on medium to low. What we have here, let me just reduce that so that we don't get carried away. What we have here, the first thing is our tofu. Next we have some coconut oil. Coconut oil, the first thing that will come to your mind is the smell of coconut. Okay, they are now selling I think we'll call it scentless, but you'll see it's odorless. It's got no that coconut smell to it. They're now selling that. This one for me, I prefer the one that smells like coconut, especially when I'm making curries. And also I think maybe because I haven't read much about the new coconut that doesn't have this smell, so I would like to know the process they're taking to take away the smell, because there are some things that I'm following in this coconut that I'm eating it for a reason. Every food that you eat should be eaten for a reason, and that reason should only be for your nutrients and nothing else, not for getting full. Of course getting full is an added advantage, but eat your food for the good nutrients that they're carrying. So this is coconut oil with its odor. We're gonna need a tablespoon, and then this is olive oil, virgin cold pressed. I like it cold pressed. The heat interferes a little bit with what I'm looking for in it. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons. This is curry powder. Now my favorite is Raja, the turmeric base and the aroma that it gives. I love it. We're gonna need a tablespoon of this, a teaspoon. And then this is turmeric itself. Like I said, this is a turmeric based curry. This is turmeric itself, pure ground turmeric. And then this is nutritional yeast. What's the difference? Dr. Msoka will tell us, but this is nutritional yeast. Some salt. I love pink Himalayan salt. I love it's got this salt has flavor. Trust me, try it. It's got flavor. Flavored salt. Okay. On our vegetables here, this is all going into our scramble. We have these mushrooms. Well, you can use any mushrooms, but I opted for oyster mushrooms because I see them on almost every shelf in every supermarket. They're actually mild mushrooms. You're not going to get a lot of contrasting taste from them. They just have a nice mild flavor, almost there, almost not there, a good texture. And then we have just tomatoes. You can use 1 whole tomato, you can use cherry tomatoes. So I opted to go for cherry tomatoes, about 4 of them. We have courgettes, zucchini, as the Americans call it, half a cup. 1 clove garlic, 1 small onion, and avocado and coriander to garnish. So the first thing we're going to do is up to our nice heated up pan. Okay, simple steps. It's a 3-step meal. We'll add the drying of the tofu maybe as the first step, so we'll call it a 4-step meal. You dry off your tofu and then you start your cooking. Simple step. The first thing that you're going to put in is your coconut oil. That's 1 tablespoon of coconut oil into your hot pan on medium heat. With that, you're going to crumble your tofu and give it a good squeeze and crumble it all up in there. I hope you can hear me over the sizzling. Okay. Alright. Nice and crumble it down to out. Like so, like that. Let me dry my hands. And you give this, you cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. What you want to do is crunch it up. Okay, there we go. Next, we pick it up with our flavors. We said we're using 1 teaspoon turmeric, 1 tablespoon curry powder, and 1 tablespoon nutritional yeast. So all of these go in now. 1 teaspoon turmeric, 1 tablespoon curry powder, and 1 teaspoon nutritional yeast. What the nutritional yeast gives it is I don't know how I'm going to cook this. Okay, so if you've eaten tofu before, one thing you've noticed is that tofu is plain. Tofu is plain, and the way it's plain is not a bad plain. It's a good plain because it's something that you can play around with. You can have tofu as anything that you want it to be. It's a great animal protein substitute, one of my favorites, and I'm so happy I'm not allergic to soy because that's what it's made from. And we're going to cook this for about 2 minutes. With this, we also add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. There we go. So you can easily alter the flavors. Make it work for what you want it to be. It's versatile. It can be in a sweet, it can be in a savory, it can go in with your chilies. It just works well with almost everything. So the nutritional yeast bring in a little aspect that's going to give it that eggish flavor. Sure, you notice that egg has got a little bit of, like that thing we get from mayonnaise. A little bit of not sour, but fermentation. So the nutritional yeast is going to give us that little flavor that we usually go to look for in eggs when we do it together. Okay, that is turning on well. Basically for the coriander, we're not going to put it in the meal when we start adding the vegetables. You will notice that. I won't put it in the meal because all I want to do is garnish with it. Coriander is another beautiful versatile herb. It goes with a lot of curries. You would want to use it in your curries mostly, and it's a little herb that you don't need to throw away anything on it. Every bit of it tastes different. The leaves bring in a certain kind of flavor. The stalks also are going to give you a different punch. The seeds will also give you a different punch, but it's all just coming from one little herb. So I love this herb because of its versatility. I can use it for different things. One herb goes into, the same herb will go into 4 different meals and give it different flavors and not give it the same uniform. So that being done, we're going to add in straight away all our vegetables. And once we add in our vegetables, I like to start with my onions and garlic because I want them to cook before the water comes in from the other vegetables. There's just something about fried onion and garlic. It gives them this aromatic, it gives them a good aromatic flavor, and cooking them without water gives them a more pungent taste than the usual that you would get, like an oniony smell. It just gives them new life. So I put in my onions and garlic first every time I'm cooking, even if they say put in all the vegetables. For me, my onions and my garlic, if I had chilies, maybe my chilies would have gone in at this point because I want them to cook without the moisture of the vegetables. We're almost at the end. It's a very, very simple, quick meal. Very, very simple. This is something that you can do 7-10 minutes and you are good to go. And it's super, super delicious. If you've noticed, I haven't added any salt yet. What I'm trying to avoid is I don't want my vegetables to go into the pan and quickly release their moisture if the find salt in this pan. So right now, there's no salt. I'm just going without the salt. Now I add in the rest of my vegetables, just like that. Everything in. Leaving out, like we promised, the coriander, because we want to use it raw. Here goes the tomato. We want to use the coriander raw, so we're not putting it in there. Until that, we also add our last tablespoon of olive oil. So that sums up our 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, you want to cook this through just to get your vegetables cooked, but do try to eat your vegetables with a little bit of rawness left in them. The point is, give them a good wash. If you gave them a good wash, maybe chlorinated water if you want to be extra safe, a good soak before you give them a final wash, washing them under running water in the sink. You can do that, and encourage yourself to eat your vegetables raw, because vegetables are very easy to lose their nutrients when they are exposed to heat. So you might be wasting away the things that you're looking for in your food if you take too much time cooking your vegetables. If you're not comfortable eating your vegetables, that is alright, but I would advise you to venture into eating your vegetables raw. Eat them raw, you get the best out of them. Of course, there's some that you would have to cook in order for them to actually give you what you're looking for, like the beans, yeah. But even mushrooms, you can have them. No, of course not our local mushrooms that we put in the bush. Those are notoriously known for knocking out people. But the store-bought mushrooms are safe to eat raw. Try them. Try making a salad with some raw buttered mushrooms in it. It's just going to be great. Okay, at this point, I'm not adding my salt. We're going to be very generous with it. We don't want to overcook it. And so that, a little bit of heat to melt down our salt so that it all goes into our vegetables, and it's done. So there we are. That was quick and easy, right? Everything done. And you're ready to go. You can, it doesn't have to be made fresh. You can eat your leftovers, so which means you can make it a night before if you intend for it to be your breakfast. You can have this breakfast, you can have it lunch, you can have it dinner. I like to have it breakfast towards the end of the week to just pick me up. Good energy vibes, good proteins. After a heavy workout, good energy vibes, good proteins. Put back what you want to put back. After your workouts or your long night of office, or your stressful thoughts over COVID. How are we hanging in there with COVID, guys? I was, man. I'm reaching my world's end, but hey, hopefully we will learn to adjust. Let's keep safe. Let's keep our social distancing. Let's stay at home if we don't have to go anywhere. Let's check on our mental health. Let's check on each other. See how people are doing. We can now do this virtually. We all know how much WhatsApp works in Zambia. Facebook. Give your friend a video call. Check on them, check on your mom, check on your dad, check on your siblings. Have long group chats. Pretend everyone is seated there with you. We just need to feel each other's presence every now and then because we don't know when this is going to disappear. I know it will, or we'll learn how to handle it, but while we are at it, let's not forget where we are supposed to be. Oopsie daisy. And that garnish. Perfect. And let's go and put this on the stove. On a day that I would say, oh, I don't want any carbs in my food, I'll probably go at it as it is. But there's really absolutely nothing wrong with you adding something to it. It could be pita bread, it could be chapati. I have this 5-grain bread from Pick and Pay. Lovely, lovely stuff. Always, I like it because I think it stays moist and fresh longer. So I've got some toasted slices and some slices that are not toasted. Well, I did mention that it could be breakfast, so let's assume it's breakfast. And you can have it right away, nice and tasty, nice and warm. So I'm going to leave it here, and I don't know who's going to tell me what they think. Someone to taste it for me. I really appreciate, but otherwise here we are. This is our curry tofu scramble with avocado, and we've added a side of some 5-grain bread.